Guys, we've lost a real hero this week. We've lost a real hero. Just yesterday as of recording, a few days ago as of release, of course. This man, very, very important to all of us, just touched so many lives, in so many ways. Some more than others, a particular two more than others, but he touched so many lives in so many ways. And, just a good man all around, a good head on his shoulders. Just really, it's really a tragedy, really a shame. He kept us laughing and loving for years and years, with those iconic characters that he created. Rest in peace, creator of The Simpsons, O.J. Simpson. Rest in peace. Sad, sad, sad. I can't believe that this has happened. He made the Bart Simpson, and now he's gone.
Or his
Rest
last
in
words,
peace,
I did
O.J.
it.
Simpson. You see, you'd think that you would hope that that's actually how I got tricked last night. I was in a I was gonna go to bed early last night. And then like just as I'm checking my phone for the final time before I'm supposed to go to bed, Demi Gloom is calling you on Discord. And it's like, oh, okay, so I guess I'm gonna be up for a while. And then I answered the call and we're talking, and at some point we start talking about OJ Simpson, and whether or not he did it and his death and blah blah blah. And Demi Gloom was like, "Oh my god!" Like we were looking at some meme tweet about him like confessing before his death, and Demi Gloom was like, "Oh my god, it actually happened." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She sent me a link to a tweet, and I could hear something awry in her voice, so I'm like, "This is gonna be a prank, right?" And she's like, "No, really." And she was able to convincingly talk me into clicking on the article which was titled like O.J. Simpson confesses to family before his death or whatever. It was like a link to a news article. The link was not to a news article. The link was to a naked black man with a large phallus. So I have been fooled. I have been defeated in mental warfare. Truly, I think that's the real tragedy that has occurred. This here. That's the real tragedy that has come from O.J. Simpson's demise. Do you think, Alex? Okay, what's the over under? Do you think there's any shot that he's innocent?
100% innocent.
100% innocent, you say?
Innocent. That man did nothing wrong. Glove didn't fit. It's not my
Glove
fault.
didn't fit. You must have quit. We
Exactly.
also talked about I also talked about that with Demi Gloom. I'm like, why didn't the glove fit? And she immediately had like an explanation that I had never heard of before. I guess like I'm trying to remember it exactly so I don't sound like a fucking idiot, but it was something to the effect of like he had something going on with his skin or hands or whatever, that like he was swelling and he was taking medication for the swelling, and his lawyers told him to stop taking his medication for the swelling, so his hands would swell and the glove wouldn't fit.
I
And
mean,
in turn they must have quit.
see, I don't even need any evidence. I just know he's not guilty.
You just know he's innocent.
He's
Yeah, a court
innocent.
of law.
It's what the law says. The law says he's guilty. He didn't do it.
You mean the law says he's not guilty?
Yeah, he's not guilty. He didn't do it. He's
Does that
innocent.
go both ways though? Do you not think there's people out there who have received guilty verdicts who perhaps don't deserve them?
Oh, plenty of people. There's
Okay.
an entire movie. Uh, there's an entire movie called The Hurricane about this one black dude who was a boxer back in like the 50s or 60s when all the racism was going on.
Mhm.
Um, shit, what was his name? Yeah, it's a 90s movie. Reuben Carter. He was wrongly imprisoned for murder, and and it's all about how he was wrongly imprisoned, how he was fighting for an appeal, his time spent in jail, and the people who aided in his fight to prove his innocence, and all the people who were basically just bribed to put him in jail because they couldn't find the person who killed all the people in the bar.
That's interesting.
It's an entire it's a 2.5 hour movie. Bob Dylan wrote an entire I want to say 7.5 minute song about him as well. There's plenty of stories out there.
I mean, yeah, there's that. There's also, well, I guess you were saying that because it was based on a true story. You were talking about a movie about a false accusation. All I could think of was The Green Mile. Have you seen The Green Mile?
I've not.
Have you heard of The Green Mile?
I know the name Green Mile.
You
Isn't
know
the
the name, but
blood?
you don't know anything about the film.
No.
It's I don't remember much about it either. It's been a long time, but I know it was one of my childhood favorites because my mom really liked it and she showed it to me, and I thought it was really good. It was about I believe it was also a black guy. And he
African American. Excuse you.
fuck off.
Excuse you.
I'm trying to remember. So he had some sort of special ability that I don't
To
remember.
run fast?
Maybe he can heal people or some shit. I don't know what it was, but he had some sort of special ability that led him to a circumstance in which he was interacting with a person who was bleeding and dying, and he got all the blood on him and shit, and got all the fingerprints all over the body, and the person died, and then he went to prison for the murder, and he did not commit the murder, and he gets given the death penalty. The movie's just kind of about his life in prison leading up to his execution. I think maybe Tom Hanks plays a prison guard,
Mm-hmm.
or some big actor plays a prison guard. It's a pretty good movie. I gotta
I'm
see
pretty
it
sure it's
again.
Tom Hanks.
Well, the first you hadn't heard of the movie, now you're pretty sure it's Tom Hanks.
I don't know anything about the movie, but I know Tom Hanks is in the movie.
Oh, you just know Tom Hanks was in a movie called The Green Mile.
Tom Hanks might have went to Epstein's Island multiple times, but he does make good movies, so
Was that real? I feel like I heard that was fake.
I don't care.
Okay, okay.
I don't care. Go to Epstein's Island. Don't go to Epstein's Island. I'm sure it's a great
Who
place.
cares? Who cares?
I'm too
Yeah,
I'm
great
too
place.
old to go to Epstein's
Wonderful
Island.
stuff going on over there.
I'm too old to go to Epstein's Island right now. Maybe in 40 years, maybe then it'll be acceptable for me to go there. But right now, I'm not in the age group to go to Epstein's Island.
Oh, yeah, you have to either be really young or really old.
There you go.
I'm sure Epstein had some young celebrities there to fuck children and be blackmailed.
No, see, you're not into pedophilia if you're if you're 25. You don't get into that. No, that's a 30s, 40s type thing.
Man.
Oh, do you know from personal experience?
No, you fucker.
Oh, you haven't hit 20.
But
You haven't hit your mid 20s yet. It'll come. It'll come eventually.
Just like a switch is gonna flip and it's gonna be
You're gonna look at your neighbor's kid and be like,
come on. Jesus Christ. Wasn't it you who said don't talk about pedophiles?
oh, well, yeah, but it's a great topic to talk about.
Welcome to
Anyway,
Detour Ahead. I'm Riely. Here's Alex.
we need an intro for this podcast.
That's the intro.
No, I want music or something to get me
Well,
pumped
then
up.
get music.
You told me not to.
No, I didn't. I said get it from this person.
Yeah, but then you never asked.
She can't make it right now. Whatever. Get it from whoever. I don't care. It's not my fault that Demi Gloom doesn't have a computer.
I'll go give some starving 25-year-old money over on Fiverr.
Maybe Inside Zoidberg wants to make our theme song. She's Demi Gloom's disciple. She knows all of the techniques.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Welcome to Detour Ahead. I'm Alex. That's Riely.
Yeah. That's true.
How you been?
Oh, I've been hanging in there, just, living life. I went out for dinner. I went out for a nice steak dinner last weekend. That it was enjoyable. For my birthday, which is actually this weekend, but my mother is working this weekend, so she took me out last weekend.
At birth.
Thank you, thank you. I will be by the time this episode comes out, I'll be a year older. It's another time travel episode, guys. I'll be a year older when this comes out. But yeah, just regular stuff other than that, chilling. Haven't really played any video games. I'm on my bloomer kick, okay? I'm getting my exercise. I'm losing weight. This morning's weigh-in lower than the weigh-in I reported on the Dickheads podcast last night.
See, but I'm not being that bitch that keeps track of your shit every single podcast.
I know, but I'm just saying I'm on a that was already like close to the lowest I had been, and now I've lost weight again, and I now am the lowest I have been since I started tracking it at 396.8. And it keeps going down because I'm tracking my calories now. And it's as it turns out, it's not very hard to eat at a deficit if you know what you're looking at. And I get my 9,000 steps a day, keeping it moving. It's going pretty well.
Solid, solid. I'm proud of you.
And I'm also this is day two of what I plan to be at least a couple weeks of sobriety, mostly for getting my money up purposes, but also just to like, kind of lay off for a while. I don't intend to touch marijuana again until Tuesday the 23rd at the very earliest. We'll see if I hold to that, but that is the plan.
Okay.
With the exception of if somebody gives me free weed on my birthday, which my mother might do. In that case, I will make the birthday exception. But other than that,
Well, birthdays don't count.
birthdays don't count. That's true.
So, birthdays don't count.
But yeah, just living my best life, trying to keep it real. What
That's
about
good.
you, Alex?
That's
What have
good.
you been up to?
Oh man, this past week it's been wacky. It's been wonky this week. Fucking Monday was the eclipse, the total eclipse for northeast Ohio, or like
It was
mid
my
northern Ohio, I guess you would say, because it's not really northeast. Because you head out to Ashtabula and like Erie, PA, it's not over there. You don't get full totality over there, I don't think. But my
yeah
area
we
had full totality this time.
Florida only got partial. I didn't even look at it because I didn't really care. Apparently, my as of today former boss looked at the solar eclipse without the glasses through a window and was like blinded for an hour. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do
The-
that.
for her being my former boss says no, the two things are not related. I guess she either retired or got laid off. I can't seem to get a clear answer. But I now my boss is now the only boss I really have is over Microsoft Teams. So which means I have a lot more leeway to fuck around. As long as I'm still getting shit done, which I always do anyway. It's just that boss would always fucking just like peek into my office to see what I was doing, and it was fucking annoying. Cause like I say she was my boss, but she wasn't actually because she 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 did run the place. She was the director. And then she like was changed, her department changed. And then her like job description changed and shit. So technically she was not my boss anymore. She just continued to act like it, and I continued to submit to that because like I'm not gonna be like, you're not my boss to this 70-year-old lady who's definitely at least has more seniority in the company than me. But she was not the boss anymore. She was something else, and either they laid her off or she retired. But it was surprise news that I received today. I'm a little bit shooketh. I've been working with this lady for a long time. It was surprising news to receive, but now so there's so much more potential to fuck around at work without being hassled.
Okay, solid. Sounds like you're having a good time at work.
Yeah, I feel bad because it's like I don't not like this person. I enjoy working with her to some extent. And it was one of those things where like when I was under the impression she was just gone that day, I was like, hell yeah, the boss isn't in. And I found out the boss will never be in again, and I was like, oh, I see. It's a little bit of a shock.
Yeah, but that's good though.
Is it?
Yeah, you don't need a boss hanging around all day.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not good for her, I presume, if she did get laid off and not retired.
Mm, I mean, shit happens, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the eclipse was going on this past weekend or Monday, I guess I should say.
Hmm.
So I get off work early on, or I get off work on Friday at like 2. So it's technically like a 2.5 day weekend most
Yeah.
weekends. So that happens. I go through all of Saturday and Sunday. I'll talk about what happened those 2 days in a bit.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah, are you gonna talk about the big thing that happened, or are we keeping that off podcast?
I'll talk about it. That's why I got the hoodie.
Okay.
I got the
Okay.
hoodie. I got the trans hoodie out for a reason.
Hell yeah.
There's not much white, but it's pink and blue. So I'll talk about that in a minute. I want to talk about the eclipse because I actually have notes on
Hmm.
that. The other
Sure.
the other thing that happened, I only have a sentence because I'm just gonna ad lib the shit out of it and just rant about it. All right, so the eclipse, super cool. My entire week was thrown off by it because I went day drinking. I went over to my parents on Monday,
Hell yeah.
right after work because we had a half day. Um, I like race home, change, race over to where my parents live so we could see the total eclipse. And my parents are like, "Yeah, we're going down to the cul-de-sac. We're gonna go hang out with the neighbors." So I've been so like that entire time from like I want to say 1 to 6, I was day drinking all day.
Yeah.
You know me, right?
You know Alex. You
You know
know her and
me,
her
day drinking all the
tendencies.
time. But so that threw me off because it felt like a weekend day or it felt like a Friday, and then I had to go into work the next day. But unfortunately, the eclipse did not end the world as all the people said it was going to. I'm still here. You're still here.
I thought maybe it came late because yesterday, bro, fucking in my neck of the woods, there was a weather phenomenon. I was kind it was kind of wacky because like it was like I guess like I should have known because what happened was I woke up and it was kind of like windy and shitty outside, but it didn't seem like it was that bad other than that. And right before I left for work, I opened Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Go informed me that there was a severe weather warning in my area. And I was just like, what? And then I just played the Pokemon Go I planned to play and then went outside and it was not raining. So I walked to work. And then I got to work and I hear somebody talk about a tornado watch. And I'm like, what the fuck? I guess it was a little windy, but I was not expecting it to get tornado windy. So now I hear there's this tornado watch and it gets to about noon. And well, I guess like noon is when it really like hit the climax. So I guess it gets to like 11:40 or whatever. And the clouds start to roll in, and the sky basically gets like fucking black, bro. Like straight up thunderstorm clouds, just like completely covering the sky. And it starts coming down, and it's raining. The fucking there's bands dropping. It's big rain, lightning striking. The power went out for like 5 seconds at work. That was cool. I was in the middle of a phone call, and it's just like, yep, gone. And so that was interesting, and it's like It looks like we're all gonna fucking die in this. It gets upgraded from a watch to a warning. My phone's like, you should go like take shelter or whatever. And I didn't do that because I was too lazy, and also because nobody else was. And I kind of wanted to, but nobody else was.
You don't want to
So,
be the pussy that's like, we gotta go in the basement right now. We're all gonna die.
or at least like go to. We're on the third floor. At least like go down to the first floor and like duck against the wall, wait for it to fucking pass.
You get
Because it
top
was
floor,
only.
buddy. Top floor, safest floor for tornadoes.
No, it's bottom floor.
Oh, top floor safest if you want to die. That's what we learned in 2000. That's what we learned in
Oh.
2001. That's my bad. I mixed those up a little
Jesus.
bit.
But yeah, nothing happened. And then like that was the case for like 30 minutes. It looked like we were about to be fucking raptured for about 30 minutes. And then beautiful sunshiny again. Immediately.
Do you think that people got raptured and you were just left behind?
Yeah, maybe. The entire employee body of the place I work is the only people left, it
Well, I
turns
mean, call
out.
centers are kind of hell, to be honest.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
Maybe we all died. Maybe this is my personal hell that I'm in.
dealing with me and podcasting every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
You get call center all week, and then you got to deal with me switching things around constantly every week.
Yeah, I got to deal with you fucking playing with the fucking video layout every fucking week and wasting an hour of our time.
Anyway, back to the eclipse story. So,
Yeah.
if you were curious, the glasses were mainly used for watching the moon go across the sun. So, like, you got the sun, right?
What is it
And you
about?
got the
Okay.
moon, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
watching
yeah.
it go across. But once it's like 100% covered, you can take the glasses off.
What is it about a solar eclipse that makes it like that? That you can't look at it? Because, like, obviously, you're not supposed to stare directly at the sun in general, but, like, you can usually look at it through a window. But I'm told even through a window, you're not supposed to look at the solar eclipse without the glasses. What is that? Why? See, I'm going silent, thinking that the silence is gonna get cut out. I forgot that we're just unedited right now, so I should be talking while Alex looks this shit up.
The
Hey, everybody,
solar
how
rays
about
are
them
more
Mets?
concentrated going around the moon.
Ah, okay. So it's like more of a like the light burst going into your eye. Okay,
It's
I
like a
see. I
magnify.
see.
It's like kind of like a magnifying glass. You know how when you hold a magnifying glass, it like directs it into all the light goes through and then directs it.
Yes.
Similar to that. I might be
Okay.
dumb. I might be slightly mentally challenged in terms of explaining this. But everything that I'm looking at is just, oh, don't look at the sun. You're not allowed to look at the sun. Looking at the sun is bad. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I want why you can't do it. Oh, okay. What happens if you accidentally look at a solar eclipse? It's called solar retinopathy. You're basically focusing light of extreme intensity directly onto your retinas.
Mm.
So the light going around the moon is like a lot because it's no longer just spread. It's no longer spread out. It's more narrow, so it's going straight at the Earth.
I wonder if there's any. I need to do some Googling on this, because I recount this story to people, and everybody's like, "What are you talking about?" And I know it happened, so I feel like there has to be other people that this has happened to, and there has to be a scientific explanation. When I was a kid, I came into possession of a laser pointer, and I aimed that laser pointer directly into my eyeball, and what I saw was it looked like a leaf, what I was seeing in my eye, like kind of green and ripply. It looked like I was looking at a leaf, was what it looked like in my eye when I shined that laser pointer right in my fucking retina.
Why is that? Why did you
I
do
don't
that?
Because I was a dumb kid with a laser pointer. I was like, I wonder what happens if I point this at my eye, and then I pointed it at my eye, and I saw leaf.
A leaf?
It looked like, well, I guess not like a vision of a leaf on a tree, but like the texture and the color made it look like I was looking at a leaf.
Laser exposures can have a wide range of effects, including flash blindness, dazzle, dark spots, hazy vision, floaters, burns, and retinal bleeding.
Okay, so none of that is leaf, so I don't know.
Dazzle sounds like leaf.
Oh yeah, maybe dazzle is a leaf.
Dark spots, hazy vision, the
Seeing
floaters
a
could be as
leaf
well. I
when
don't know.
you
Sounds like you're dumb, but you know,
put a
I don't
laser
know science, so
pointer in your eye. Got
anyway, so it's really cool. Like, I didn't just sit there with the glasses on. Actually, oh shit, I don't have the glasses with me. It doesn't matter. Um, so they're in the other room. I don't feel like going and getting them. But so the glasses are mainly used for watching the moon go across the sun. Right at
yeah,
totality,
yeah.
like guaranteed 100%, not 99, 100%. You can take the glasses off and look at the eclipse. Really fucking cool, by the way.
Hell yeah.
I'm so glad that I went and day drank before I saw it because that's so cool. So cool. So, once totality happened, the sky went like pretty dark, like dusk almost. You look up, you can see it. You don't need your glasses to see the eclipse. The total eclipse, I should say. But like out
Yeah.
on the horizon, all like you look all the way around and there's light everywhere else except for where you are. And that like localized does that make sense?
Yeah.
Looks like a sunset almost, but the sun's up in the air, not setting, not coming down. It got so dark at totality that the streetlights came on in the cul-de-sac.
Hell yeah.
So you could take your glasses off. It was really one of the coolest things I've ever fucking seen. Um, the temperature, because the sun was blocked by the moon. The temperature. It not only did it get dark enough for like the solar street lights to come on. You could see lights in people's houses and stuff as well. The temperature dropped about 10 to 15 degrees. So up here in
Are you sure
Ohio,
that's true?
yes.
Okay, maybe the PKA guys are just stupid then, because I did listen to this week's PK, or no, it was PKN technically. They're like midweek 1 hour show, and they talked about looking at the eclipse, and they talked about specifically if there were temperature changes, and what they said, and I just assumed was true because if people say things with authority, I accept them at face value, is that it doesn't actually cause any change in the air temperature. It's just that like if you were standing in the sun, you're not in the sun anymore, so it feels less warm.
Well,
But
yeah,
the
that's
actual
basically what it
temperature,
is. It drops the temperature. It's
but the
like,
actual like air temperature doesn't really change because it doesn't last long enough for that.
well, no, but it feels cooler because it's like, you
If
know,
you're
when
standing in the sun,
you're
it
from
feels
Florida,
cooler.
you know how when it's like 95
Yeah.
degrees outside and you're in the blistering heat and you find some shade, it's cooler in the shade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like that, but then completely take away any of the heat from the sun.
That's fair. Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying like 10 to 15 is noticeable. Like it actually got chilly to the point where people put jackets on up here. Because we were starting off at like 60, 65. So it dropped like below like 50, 55, possibly even high 40s. I don't remember what the temperature was. So, and it was like really dark outside. I did take a couple pictures, but you know, I'm not going to show that on the podcast because that's kind of where my parents live. So
Mm.
I don't need some random person to listen to this episode and geolocate where I'm gonna be. So I will say leading up to the total solar eclipse was very eerie because you know how a dimmer switch works for lights?
Yeah.
It's like someone's going like this with it, just very slowly up until they
Very just,
just
you
very
know,
slowly until they hit total and they turn the lights out. Same thing with the temperature as well. You could kind of feel it getting colder and colder as the sun's heat was no longer hitting your area.
interesting.
Very, very cool. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Um, I believe in 2040, um, all solar eclipse paths. Let's go to images because I don't want to be bothered with this shit. August 12th, 2045. That's going from Northern California straight through the middle of Florida. So,
Isn't that like opposite tips of the planet?
what do you mean?
Aren't California and Florida like polar opposites in terms of like their distance from each other on the US map?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The next solar eclipse for North America goes from the eastern part of Montana, curves up straight to the North Pole.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the paths are like they're not random, but they kind of are. And the
Makes
next
sense.
one for North America is 2044. 2045 has one going straight through Northern California through Florida. So it's like 20 years from now. So I don't know where I'm going to be if I'm alive even. If I keep drinking like this, I probably won't be able to see it. But if I'm alive and I remember to go and do something about it, I would like to go see another one of these because that's very cool. And it's a complete... I will say, if I never leave the state and I stay in Ohio, the next solar eclipse for Ohio is September of 2099.
You should leave the state. Let's find the cheapest state to live on the planet and then just start a content house. Not the cheapest place to live on the planet. The cheapest place to live in the country. I don't want to switch countries, but the cheapest state.
I'm not switching countries.
Yeah,
This country's the greatest one on earth.
we're not going to the fucking UK. But the cheapest place to live in the United States.
We'll figure it out. That's a later problem. I'm only like 26. I don't...
What is the cheapest place to live? Or the cheapest state to live in? There we go. Survey says Mississippi, apparently.
Ooh, I don't know. It's south of the border, buddy. I can't go down there.
Let's see. The top five lowest cost of living: Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, Arkansas, and Iowa. I knew Iowa was cheap. I didn't know about the other four.
Yeah, I can't do the other four.
You want to go to Iowa then? Let's go to Iowa.
Iowa's basically just more boring Ohio. I'll just stay here.
But Iowa's cheaper. It's closer to Gingy. We can hang out with Gingy.
Hmm. I don't know about that one. Sounds like a later discussion to me. But yeah, that was my solar
Buy a
eclipse.
house in Iowa.
That was my solar eclipse experience. I've never experienced a total solar eclipse. I'm pretty sure I'll never experience it ever again. But this one, probably one of the coolest things you'll ever see in your life.
Epic.
So, let's see. Do you want the big news this week, or do you want the tiny little news?
You wanna do?
Let's go with the tiny little news first.
Okay.
So, I decided to buy another Funko Pop here.
Yeah, yet another fucking Funko Pop.
Oh, this one's cool though. This one's cool. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, this one I might be willing to make an exception.
They don't have any. I was looking around. They don't have any options for fat person, so I can't really accurately get you one. But don't get up. Do your fat person get up? Anyway, let's move this camera right here. Oop. There we go. Anyway, so I got a new Funko Pop. It's me. It says Alex and Kolochu on it. It's pretty cool. I believe. Here's a better look at it, if you care. It's really cool. It says Alex. It says Kolochu on there in parentheses. It's got the glasses, the hair, the ripped jeans, white shoes, black hoodie.
I hope you marry a fat woman, you son of a bitch.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's what happened this past week. You want to get into the big news?
Yeah, sure. Tell me about it.
So, let's get this off my notes. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm just adjusting. You can talk.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm waiting.
We're not editing, Alex. Just fucking do it.
Oh, I know. I was just waiting for you to like settle yourself into your chair there.
I'm all good. You finally got to see the fat person getting up. I turn my camera off every time I get up.
It's all right. Now it's on video, so it's forever there.
I know. Now the world can see.
So as you know, my birthday was March 5th. Last month.
Yeah.
Rachel, one of our past guests, decided to throw me she decided to take me and her parents out for dinner. That's what I was told. So I decide to go throw makeup on, heels, skinny jeans, like the whole thing, like go all out, right? Because I'm comfortable with their parents. I used to live there. We're all chill. We're all cool.
Just
and
going
I figured
full sexy bitch energy for your birthday dinner, ready to fucking
full bad bitch, right?
Off.
So I decide to do that. I go all out, thinking it's just going to be me, Rach, and her parents, and we're going out to dinner, right? So what ends up happening is Rach invited my parents and my siblings to fucking dinner. Now, I would like to clarify. Rach did not do this with the intention of outing me to my family. She thought that I would show up in jeans and a hoodie and just be normal, like I do, like kind of like now. Just a hoodie, some either sweatpants or jeans, some tennis shoes.
Maybe a different colored hoodie, or you might have the same problem.
Something normal, you know what I mean? Something I've been doing with my family for over a year.
Sure.
So her intention was not. There was no ill will with her intentions. She just wanted to throw me a great birthday party, which was great. I had a lot of fun. I turn the corner to the goddamn table, see my family, and I'm immediately just... Fuck. I don't know what to do. I'm in shock.
You think they would have recognized you at that moment? You should have turned around, and you should have.
No, they know who I am.
Yeah, but you're dressed all like bad bitch. Maybe they just didn't clock you right when you right when you clocked them. So you should have turned around. This is what I immediately thought of after you told me of this situation. Okay, do you think there was any situation in which if you had escaped that scenario without your parents seeing you, you could get Rach to convince her parents to laugh when you walk in, as if you all dressed up as a woman is like a bit that you're doing.
So, no. And I'll get to
Okay.
why, because that's actually part of the story.
Oh, okay.
Um, I couldn't do that because I wear like skinny jeans. I'll wear like hoodies. Rach went to a high school, and I wear one of her high school hoodies. That's as vague as I'm gonna go with that.
Rach went to a high school. I assume most people went to a high school.
Um, but anyway, so there have been obvious signs. My dad has been saying, in terms of, instead of saying, "Oh, he's here," or "he was telling me this," Dad will go, "Oh, I mean, he will do this." This was
They
before.
already know. They already know.
This was before I did anything. This was before the dinner. Dad was messing it up a couple times. So, that being said, I go over there. I see my family sitting there. I'm in complete shock. I walk over to Rachel, give her a hug, and say, "Thank you for the party. Go fuck yourself." Walk over to mom and dad and go, "So, yeah."
Yeah.
And my exact words were, "So I have either a trans or non-binary cousin. I'm not exactly sure what they're kind of doing, really. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the context with what they're doing right now." Um so I go up to them and I'm like, "Hey, you know my cousin, right? Well, I'm like them." And my mom
And then
responds
your parents
with,
were like, "We know."
"Nope, nope, that's not the response I got."
Okay, what's the response?
I don't remember what my dad said because I focused more on what mom said. Mom says, "No shit." So after that, I go around to the other side of the table, say hi to both my sisters, which was very nice. Rach planned this out for like the past month. It was nice. It was really nice to see everybody come together for me when I had a disappointing birthday.
Yeah, that's true. I know you had your unfortunate situation with your
So
buddies.
so it
Do
was
you want to
really
tell everybody
nice.
about how you acquiesce to them and are their friend again, even though they definitely screwed you over?
Not really. I'm gonna let that go for now. So I go over, I'm talking to my sisters for a little bit, and then I'm like, you know what, I gotta get out of here. So I grab Rachel, I go, "Let's go talk outside for a little bit. Let's go have a talk." That's all I say. I just drag her outside.
Let's go have a little chat. Let's catch
So
up a little bit.
we talk a little bit, and she's like, "I'm so sorry. I expected you to show up in jeans and a hoodie and your tennis shoes like you always do." She's like, "I had no intention of like baiting you into making your like outing yourself." So I was mad. I texted her today. I'm like, "Hey, I'm not mad at you. I haven't talked to you since then, but I'm not mad at you." Um, and then the fun thing was literally 2 days. So that happened Saturday. Every
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, I go over to my parents for dinner.
Uh-huh.
So I went over for dinner. Didn't talk about it. Well, I didn't. I felt like it's too soon. I might do it this Sunday. I might. I don't know. It depends. I might have to have a few drinks before I go over there to talk to them about this shit.
I mean, daughter, you cut your penis off, yeah.
Well, I'm thinking more gender fluid right now, but that's a whole other thing. That's
Oh,
a whole other thing.
okay.
It's so that's a whole other thing. I'm not gonna explain that shit right now. So I go. So we have a very nice dinner. Nobody brings up anything. They kind of just ignore it for now. Rachel's parents got along well with my parents. Everything worked out fine for the day. I go over the following day for dinner. Nobody talks about it. Everybody ignores it. Nobody brings anything up. And then the kicker, so Saturday dinner, and I accidentally come out to my family when I didn't want to because I don't think I was ready. Sunday
Yeah.
dinner, we don't talk about it at all. Monday is Eclipse Day, which is day 3 with my fucking parents.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk about it either because we were down in the cul-de-sac and I definitely made up in terms of alcohol down there.
Well, obviously they don't fucking care, so you won.
Well, yeah, I know they don't care. It's just the awkwardness and the stress of I don't like having like conversations like this.
Well, yeah, I think they know that because they're your parents. That's why they're not having conversations like that. They're just letting it fucking fly because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I gotta make the switch because I really want to bring my dad on this podcast because I really feel like that would be interesting. I really feel like we could have a good conversation about that. I
I wish we
also
could. I wish we could have Clash of the Dads, but my dad does not know what a computer is.
he doesn't
Honestly,
even need to know what the computer is. You go
he
there.
has a smartphone now. He has a smartphone now. It would take a lot of detailed steps to give him to have him figure out how to download and make an account for Discord.
Hey,
But it's possible.
hold on. There's a way around
Yeah.
this, you know? You know how to do this, right?
Yeah, how?
Chair right here, I sit here.
Wow, Alex, it's almost like I've only seen my dad once in the past 9 years. It's almost like
Go
that
visit him. Go take a trip out. Go take a trip out there. Go see your old man. Anyway, I know
I did that a few months ago.
I know that's a
would like
sticky
to do it
subject.
again,
That's I'm kind of joking there.
no,
Um,
it's not even that sticky of a subject. It's just like
Yeah,
money
but
and
it's not
trips.
like you can just
And
hop in the car. You can just hop in the car and drive over there. You know what I
head on
mean?
over to Pop. Yeah.
All I have to do is
But
say, Dad, I really want you to come on my podcast. You're just gonna come over here. You're gonna sit in a chair right next to me, and we're just gonna talk. Get him some headphones. It'll be easy. So, yeah, I unintentionally outed myself to my parents. Just like last year, I accidentally outed myself to all of my friends.
how did you accidentally out yourself to all your friends?
So we were signing up. So back in March of 23, I believe.
When did you come out to me?
Um, I don't know.
I kind of knew before you came out to me, though.
What do you mean you kind of knew?
Like I think Demi had you pegged, and I think Penguin might have accidentally said something at some point.
Well,
I
Penguin,
kind of already knew.
out of everybody in my life, Penguin was the first to know.
Yeah, I know Penguin was the first to know, and I'm pretty sure she slipped up. So I between that and between Demi Gloom having you pegged, I kind of knew before you told me.
Hmm. I'm gonna have to have a talk with Penguin.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was literally just Demi had you pegged, and I was like, she's probably right, and then you were.
How
she
did
was in
Demi
fact
have me
right.
pegged
I don't
for
know.
that? There's no way.
I feel like you were talking. You were having like conversations about gender changes before you made any final decision. Maybe it was you yourself. Maybe you said something
That
to
makes
Demi.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, it was probably me sharing what cosplays I was doing for that year. That's probably what gave it away.
Could be.
Penguin was the guinea pig for all of this. Multiple name changes, trying to figure out what stick, what was good.
Was
Until...
it? I feel like, listen, man. I just want to say, I feel like when you're trans and you pick your trans name, just like stick to it. Come on.
You gotta
Now I
feel it
gotta.
out. You don't know what it's gonna be. Some
Oh,
things
you were
stick better than what others do.
workshopping in private. That's different. But a certain person in my podcast circles named Violet Faye, who you might not have heard of, Alex, but you have heard of Robin, and that is now Robin's name. And it's really hard to remember that she has a new name now.
Yeah, you see, I can still hear you. By the way, the volume is up on my
I
headset.
thought you could because
You
you could
see, I
last
went
time, and then
through
you didn't
a few
respond.
different names. That's so much better. I went through a few different names with Penguin before I decided on Alex. Um, Alex is my like legal middle name, and
Hmm.
I'm not gonna get into specifics. But when my parents adopted me, they chose my birth name, the one I have, the legal name I have now, based off of birth family names and stuff
Hmm.
like that. If that makes sense,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like father, grandfather, or something like that. They picked my name based off of blood family or whatever birth family.
Well, like your dead name was based off a birth family?
It's not even like dead name. Like if I were to change my name, it would be Alexandra Nicole or Alexandra Nicole instead of reverse. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's not really a dead name. It's more so I just go by my middle name right now.
Okay.
Because like people still call me by my first name at work, and it doesn't really bother me that much. Like there are days where like I'll have a bad mental day and I'll just walk in and they're like, "Oh, what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh, no." I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be one of those days." But like, I don't know. I'm still figuring things out. I'm still new to this whole thing too. I only came out like a year ago to all my friends.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
But yeah, that happened. I accidentally outed myself to my family,
Exciting times.
specifically to my parents, that I was really not ready to do. But it's also very eerie that Rach texted me like earlier that week, like the week leading up. Yeah, it's time. It's time you talk to your parents, and then all of that happens. So like, I'm not blaming her. It's my fault.
You know, she is a woman. So, manipulation tactics are probably in her wheelhouse. So you informed me of this text message she sent you, and I find the timing rather suspicious. I think Rach might have planned this. I don't know.
No,
I'm
I don't
having a
want to
little
believe.
I'm
I
having a
don't want
little
to believe. I will be in denial till I die.
I'm having a little Scooby-Doo mystery moment that perhaps perhaps there might be something more to this.
I don't know. Anyway, that's I realized that went pretty long. That took up almost an hour of our show, but that's what happened to me this week. I have something
Epic.
happen to me every week for the most part. Um I got to have a talk with my parents about it. Be like, "Hey, I want to go by Alex now. Have a few have a few drinks before I head over there. Make things cool."
You and your fucking alcohol, bro.
It makes life so much easier, buddy. You have no idea.
I remember when you were basically sober for a while,
And I wasn't
and
even
then
good at
you just
podcasting.
jumped right back in. You were good at podcasting. What do you mean? You don't need the alcohol for podcasting. It can be helpful in some cases, I'm sure, because it ups the silly factor, but
It helps. It helps me. It helps get those creative juices flowing. That's why when we recorded our Dickheads podcast yesterday, I was on fucking point the entire episode, constantly
I
throwing jokes out.
I was not. That was a bad episode for me.
It
I'm
was your
glad you
first
did so
episode
good.
sober. It's rough.
It was my first episode of the Dickheads podcast sober. I've done a few of these sober, including this one. But I had not done a Dickheads podcast sober, at least not with Alex. I don't think I was smoking weed when I was doing it with Mo. But when I was doing it with Mo, I was the one with the notes. So I was not waiting for and interacting with other notes. I was reading the notes that I already had. So that was a little bit easier.
Why do you still
The
bring
thing about
continue. Go ahead.
No, you go first.
No. Go ahead. This is no and, not yes and this is no
Oh,
instead,
okay.
not yes and. Go ahead.
The thing about the weed in association with this show is I think, although perhaps it might occasionally lower the quality of my snappiness, what I'm realizing now with these cameras is I feel really antsy on camera without having smoked. Like I feel like I want to be like wriggling around and like adjusting my chair and shit. And when I'm stoned, I just kind of like sit there and I don't really even know what I'm doing. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna talk to. And my whole world goes away, and it's just you're being fed into my ears, and I'm responding to what I'm hearing. I'm just like stoned, looking at the camera, and I can stay still, but I'm looking at myself in the camera now when I'm sober and have a little more energy, and I feel so antsy. I want to lean back in my chair.
Don't look at
I want to
yourself. Click on my
fucking
video. That
play with
means
my hair much more. I still see myself a little bit though.
yeah, but if you bring it's like a video chat. Do you do that or do you have them equal
Yeah.
sizes?
And I just had them equal sizes for like 10 minutes because I had switched the screen and switched back, but usually I have you blown up.
That's better,
Uh,
so it feels like you're having an actual conversation. I mean, I'm
that's
facing this
true.
way,
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's true. It's just I feel more antsy. When I'm stoned, I can kind of like lock, as the kids would say, I can lock the fuck in and just like sit there and be in the conversation. But
it makes sense. See, I have ADHD, so I can't sit still. So, real quick.
I don't have like a fancy computer chair where I can just kind of like bend around and it moves around. I have a recline. If I want to move back in this chair, I have to hit a switch and slowly go back, and I would have to adjust my whole position for that because I'm like shoved into my desk.
Well, you decided on a ring light for your birthday, so
That's true. I'll get a computer chair myself at some point. Those are fairly cost effective, I'm pretty sure.
I'll look up fat people uh desk chair, see what works. Something that can
I mean, I've
hold.
been I've been sitting in regular people desk chairs for years and I haven't broken one yet, so
Yeah, but it's off Amazon. You know Bezos isn't very nice to fat people. So,
yeah, fair enough.
but we're almost to like an hour. What else did we have? I don't have anything
uh
else planned.
we had one video that I wanted to show Alex. I found out that Alex does not know about Dhar Mann. Now, folks, if you yourself are unfamiliar, first of all, do yourself a favor. But second of all,
Okay,
Dhar,
real quick. I'm sorry.
sure.
I'm sorry. Why do you have the Craig bots in here if we're doing video?
Just in case there's some horrible recording fuck up. It's just so we have the audio, just in case like the video's corrupted or something, and we can be like, "Hey, this is an audio episode actually, because it got fucked up." Woohoo!
Okay. I drank too much. I have to go to the bathroom. Can I pause
Okay.
and we'll be right back?
All right.
Okay,
Are we
so
back? Okay.
we're
So
good. We're
so
we're good.
so
So
Dhar Mann.
Darman, Darman.
So Dhar Mann is a creator that I was introduced to one day out of the blue in a group call with Demi Gloom and Jelliu. And it is a YouTuber who creates these like weird like lesson teaching videos. It's so cringe beyond, you just have to see it to believe it. So I've sent Alex my favorite Dhar Mann video that I've seen, which is called "Lady Calls Cops on a Black Dad with a White Kid, Instantly Regrets It." So how this is gonna have to work, because of how our setup is. I'm talking to Alex as well as the audience to explain what's about to happen. Is we're gonna have to 3, 2, 1 this video here, and if we want to pause it, we have to 3, 2, 1 the pause as well.
As you guys will know, I now have a little visuals thing up here, so it's a little different setup. Did it all by myself. No stupid graphic design, just 2 videos and whatever we're talking about for the day.
No awful, shitty terrible graphic design.
All right, so I'm gonna have you count it down, and when you say
right.
go, what am I pressing on?
We'll say go.
So click play on go.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
3, 2, 1, go. Wait, shit, no, stop it. It didn't play when I hit it. Hold on, go back to 0.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
How about after this we go get some ice cream?
Pretty sure I might be like a second off, but that's okay.
Excuse me. How do you know this boy?
This is my son, Adam. Why?
Your son? Hey, kid, are you okay?
Yes.
Do you know where your parents are?
I just told you I'm his dad. I adopted him.
Do you have paperwork to prove that?
Now, why would I need to prove anything to you? No. You should never judge anyone before you get to know them. Come on, son. Let's
Just
go.
top tier acting. These people deserve Oscars.
Sorry you had to go through that again, Otto.
That's him! He's going to kidnap that boy!
Sir, put your hands up and step away from the child.
Officer, this child is my son. I adopted him.
He's lying. You can tell just by looking at him.
I wonder what visual
Give me paperwork
indicators
to
might
prove
be
that.
present.
Yeah. It's in the car. Put my arms down now. I can get it for you.
Why don't you tell me where it is and I will go get it.
It's on the driver's side door panel.
What a stupid fucking bitch.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Do you have any identification that matches this name?
Yeah, it's in my pocket. Can I get that?
Yeah, slowly.
See, what you gotta do in this scenario is you gotta be be like, can I get that? You got your hands up, you gotta go, wow! You gotta be real quick so you don't waste this officer's time.
Nah.
You're good to go. Ma'am, this is the boy's legal guardian. Now you both have a nice day.
What a stupid
Owned.
bitch.
Fucking owned.
When you adopted him, did you have an option?
Excuse me?
Did you have a choice with the child's race?
If you need to know, yes, I did.
That's a shame. He could have had a better life being raised by
Oh
his
my
own
God.
kind.
Really? That's ironic.
That's so fucking dumb.
It's
You see,
dumb.
Adam had a very tough childhood. His mother passed away.
Oh,
His
Adam.
father was an alcoholic
Poor Adam.
who just couldn't control his anger.
Slow bell
Every
pull.
day, his dad would come home and hit him.
Oh.
Things got so bad that Adam's teacher started noticing his bruises. So, one day, the school had Child Protective Services come in and save him from his father. They helped put him up for adoption.
How tragic. Tragic tale.
That's when I first saw him. He looked so sad, as if no one had ever loved him before. I was nervous because I knew people would judge me as a black
Listen to these
man
line reads. Just
adopting
so
a white boy.
top notch.
But I decided nothing was gonna stop me from
That's not a good
loving
smile to pair with that
child.
line.
No, it's like the pedo smile. You don't smile.
So you see,
It's a little
I
pedo
may not
You don't
smiling.
fucking smile like that. Nothing's gonna stop
I
me
love
from
that
loving
boy
that
like
child.
my own blood. And I just want to give him the best life imaginable.
It's true.
Damn, he's in here.
He's the best dad
Shout out to
I could
Adam.
ask for.
Oh my god. I had no idea you went through all that. I'm so
Why is the kid
sorry.
holding the dad's hand? Who
You
does
were
that?
right. I should have
held my
never
dad's
judged
hand when I was
you
young.
without getting to know you
This
first.
kid's like 14.
You
I think
seem
he's
like
supposed to be
really
a little
great
younger
father.
than that, though.
He's lucky to have you.
This lady's a
I'm the
stupid
lucky one.
bitch.
Said the real
Just-
stupid.
Adam,
Ow.
let's go get the ice cream.
Yeah, honestly, she should have been punched in the face about 3 minutes ago. The cop should have punched her in the face. Before you judge someone, get to know them. That's the lesson.
It's so dumb.
There he is! That's Dhar Mann! Changing lives.
Dhar Mann fam, I hope you love that message. Please
Man, it's a good video, but
I
like,
got canceled for not paying his actors.
did he really?
Yes.
Oh man, that's great. That's great. That's a good
Every
video. They're
fucking
funny.
Video on the channel is just that. Some of them are much longer, and it's all just these like terribly acted, really in your face moral lesson videos, and they're just all so bad it's great.
That's fantastic.
Did you have a choice about the boy's race?
Yeah, I chose the white one.
It's a shame. Should have been raised by his own kind.
See, I like videos like this because they make the woman look like a stupid bitch. And
Yes.
the men all look intelligent like they should.
Honestly, I feel like that's the case most of the time on these
Not in
Dhar Mann
today's
videos,
media.
to be real.
When was the last time you
mean
watched
the Dhar
TV?
Mann videos.
Do you watch like cable news or not news, but like cable TV?
Fuck no. I haven't
All
cable in
commercials
10
don't
years.
have white cis men anymore. They killed
Is that
my
true?
Yes. It's all the DEI shit that we cover on our other podcast.
All the great DEI stuff going on.
You hire black lesbian women, your DEI score goes through the roof. You hire
So
white
true.
cis straight white men, your DEI score goes fucking down to the ground because nobody wants to do work with you if you only hire straight white men. It's all about the black.
Gotta hire diversely, you fucking bigots.
See, we need a black guy here. We got to replace Riely with a black guy.
No,
So we have a trans woman
if anybody's
and a
getting
black
replaced with
male.
black guy.
Perfect DEI podcast.
Now,
We can hire Sweet
Or-
Baby to bump us up there a little bit.
all I gotta do is cut my dick off, and then you're out for the black guy.
I'm not. The fuck do you mean? You can't do that to me.
I can do that.
That's a
My-
cis male trying to steal my job.
My name is now Rylita,
I
and
mean, honestly,
I
you
am a
could probably
trans
just say
woman.
Riely, just spell it correctly.
Yeah, maybe. But no, that's Rylita is my canon girl name because I used it in jokes when I was like 7, and it's just stuck forever. So my name is now Rylita. I am a beautiful trans woman. And for the sake of diversity, Alex will soon be exiting the podcast for my new co-host, Zavon. He's a really, really funny guy. I think you're all gonna love him. And I hope you all support me in my trans journey. Oh,
What?
what are you doing on your phone there, buddy?
Can we make this last another 15 minutes?
We certainly probably could do that.
We have a potential guest coming on. So I'm trying to figure that out right now.
Yeah, Alex is doing that producer work live on air. We need a producer. That's what all the cool shows have.
I need Riely. I need a Riely to do it for me.
Well, the Riely oh, you talk about the other Riely.
How do I see
See what?
people?
See these nuts? What do you mean? How do you see people? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm waiting for her to join the server. We'll see.
Oh,
We'll see. So this fucking
all right,
dude
Alex.
right here.
I forgot
What?
I had a game.
You have a game?
Have a game.
Do I need
You
some?
might not even want to
Do I need some
participate in
game
this
show music for this?
I don't think so. So I don't have like a quiz or anything. It's like, so you've heard of Truth or Dare. I'm not bringing in Truth or Dare, but it's Truth or Dare similar. Are you familiar with this is a little game that my friends at work introduced me to like 4 years ago, and I haven't thought about in years until they did it on the Super Mega podcast recently. Are you familiar with What Are the Odds?
I'm aware of what are the odds.
You are aware of What Are the Odds?
I am.
Okay, so for those unfamiliar, it's a very simple game. One person pitches the other a dare, and they say, "What are the odds that you do this?" And you give them a number between 2 and 100, and then you do a 3, 2, 1. You both say a number, and if you both say the same number, the person has to do that dare. So what do you say, Alex? You wanna do some What Are the Odds?
We can do what are the odds?
Okay. Trying to think of something funny to get you to do. No, you're not gonna that one. I won't even bother asking that one because you're not gonna go along with it. What's a good one? What are the odds that you like fully bad bitch up similarly to how you were for that birthday dinner for next week's episode?
For next week's episode?
Yes.
2.
Oh, okay. All right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, right? 1 being no, 10 being yes. Is that what we're doing?
No, you are not aware of What Are the Odds at all, actually, and you didn't listen to me explain what it was.
No, I wasn't paying attention.
The premise is that you pick a number between 2 and 100, depending on how little or 100 is you really don't want to do it. 2 is I'm down for that shit. And then the idea is we do a 3, 2, 1, and then we both say a number, and if we say the same number within that odds range, then you have to do the dare.
Okay, so like how bad bitch are you talking about?
Literally just recreate how you looked at that birthday dinner.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of work. Probably not next week. I know we're doing a game.
Then.
2 weeks? I could probably do 2 weeks. If we're going by you chose 2, I chose 2, I have to do it. 2 weeks. Next week, we're gonna have a little bit of a later podcast because I can't.
That's true. You're gonna have shit going on. So okay,
I got work stuff.
Pick a number between 2 and 100. What are the odds that you do that?
10.
10. All right. 3, 2, 1, 7. You didn't say a number.
Wait, what? I'm very confused.
Alex, do you not listen to me every time I fucking explain it, even when I explain it to you specifically again? You pick the number, and then we both say a number on 3, and if we say the same one, and it has to be a number between 1 and the number you chose, If we both say the same number, then you have to do the dare. That's how it works.
I pick a number between 1 and 100.
Between 2 and 100.
2 and 100.
Yes.
Then I pick a number in between
You pick a
1
number
and the
somewhere in
number that I
range of
said.
1 and that number. Yes. And if we both say the same exact number,
In between the number,
then you
in
in
between
between the number
1
you
and the
pick.
number that I say.
then you have to do it. That's why the higher number you pick, the less odds there is. That's the idea. The less you want to do the thing, the higher number you pick.
Got it.
And then, yeah. Are you random number generating? Are you too autistic to pick a number?
No, I'm giving information to the potential
Oh, I
guest.
forgot that you were trying to book a guest. My bad.
I'm trying to be a producer and a host at the same time.
I totally forgot that's what was happening right now. Okay, so the number is 10. All right. 3, 2, 1, 5. Damn it. Okay. That was close. That was a close one for you, Alex. Now what do you wanna try to dare me to do?
See, I'm never good at coming up with dares because I'm not that creative. See, I'm not that creative when it comes to coming up with dares. I don't know.
Come on, you gotta give me something here.
All of mine are mean.
Phone a friend?
Huh?
Do we need to phone a friend on this?
To phone who?
Hold on.
I'm not edited. This is unedited. This is why I paused the shit.
Hold on.
Just tell me pause and I will pause the video.
No, you don't have to pause it. You don't have to pause it. It's not gonna take that long.
It's if they answer.
What's up, Riley?
Yo, Gingy.
Fucking Gingy
How's it
answers.
going?
What's up, buddy? You're live on Detour Ahead. We have a question for you.
They have an answer. Also, hello, Alex.
Hi.
Can you hear Gingy, Alex? Okay.
Yes, I can hear.
We're playing What Are the Odds right now, which, if you're not familiar, is a truth or dare type game. I won't explain the rules because it's not relevant. But Alex can't think of something to try to dare me to do. Do you have any ideas?
Are we talking childish or stupid?
All of the above. Whatever you want to, whatever spaghetti you want to throw at the wall, Gingy, we're willing to hear you out.
Shave half of your head.
Yeah, you see, that's a little excessive. I'm gonna get in trouble for that with like people in my real life.
You could dare on camera to eat the world's hottest gummy bear for the one chip challenge with no milk.
That's a good idea. That's a smart one. I know the gummy bears are particularly hard because I know the gummies will like the spice distributes worse with gummies because you need to like wear the gummy down with spit. So the world's spiciest gummy bear I think is a good call. That's a good one, Gingy. I don't know how Alex's feels. This is her choice at the end of the day. I don't think that's bad.
Yeah, you can do the hottest gummy bear.
What'd you say, Alex?
I got one. I'm ready.
Oh, you have one. Okay. So, Gingy, we've wasted your time. Have a good night. He said goodbye, but I don't think it caught for some reason.
I got
Bye,
one.
Gingy.
I got one. You're not gonna like it, but I got one.
Okay.
So, do I tell you before you pick a number?
Yes, that's how it works. That's you set your odds depending on how much of a chance you want for this thing to happen.
You have to do the notes.
But 100 is the highest I can go.
You have to do the notes for Dickhead's podcast next week.
I'll give you half slack for that. I'll say 50 are my odds for that.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, 34.
37. Oh, fuck! Damn, I was fucking that close. I was that close to getting out of doing it next week. Fuck. Alright, your turn.
Alex, what are the odds? Okay, hold on. I got to think of a good. No, you're not gonna do this. I don't even know why I'm bothering thinking of a
shoot.
question. Okay, okay, would you be open to, if the question is not too bad, calling your mom and asking her a question?
I don't know if my microphone would pick up the phone call.
It should. If any human being is talking and you have the speaker up to the mic, it should catch it, I believe.
Let's do 25. Well,
25.
okay, hold
Well,
on.
I have to think of
hold
what
on.
the question is. Yeah.
I want to know the Let me take my 25 back. I want to know what the question is before
Hey,
I
you can
say
take your
the
25
number.
back. I have to think of a good question. Shit. What would be a? Hold on.
Stop calling Gingy.
Shinji, we have another question for you.
What's up?
So it's my turn again. And I'm daring Alex to call her mom on air and ask her a question, but I don't know what I should have her ask her mom. What do you think?
I mean, if someone's mom, because I would say, ask something entirely embarrassing on Alex's part.
Well, it's a dare, Gingy. That would be part of the idea.
You could have Alex's mom tell the most embarrassing story about Alex on air.
Okay, that's a good one. That's okay. Let's see.
Or you can ask his mother which one of her children is her favorite.
It's my youngest sister.
One, actually.
It's my youngest sister. I can tell you that
lot.
right now. I know who her favorite is, but she'll say
God, it can help out, buddy.
her answer's gonna
I
be
want to know
for
what
that.
she'll say to Alex on the phone. Whatever you think she's gonna say, Alex, I want to know if it's true. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. Thank you, Gingy.
Of course.
Okay, I've hung up on Gingy.
I know both answers that she will probably give. It's a 50-50 chance on those two answers. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the one.
Neither of those answers is going to be me. I will say that right now. Neither of those answers will be me.
The story of the most embarrassing story about you won't be about you.
Oh, I thought you meant who's the favorite kid.
No, there were two questions that Gingy suggested. There was who's the favorite kid, and there was tell the most embarrassing story about Alex.
Okay, let's go.
So what are the odds that you call your mother on air and ask her what the most embarrassing story she remembers about you is?
Let's do 100.
100. Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, 62.
8. Yeah. Fuck you. Hey, I ain't doing that shit. Fuck you.
Okay. Yeah, you got to think of one for me. Come on, you got Gingy Lifeline last time and didn't even use it. I think you have it in you this time.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
You have to wear a tank top for next week's episode.
You would have to provide the tank top. I don't.
I'll
own
fucking
one.
buy it if we get this. I'll buy you spaghetti strap too. Terrible bullshit.
I'll do that. I'll do 2 for that.
2.
Between 2 and 100. Yeah.
No. You say the highest number.
One. What?
You say the highest number, right?
Alex. It depends on how badly you how badly you don't want to do the dare. If you wouldn't mind it that much, you go for a lower number. If it would freak you out, you go for a higher number.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the 2 is my odds for this.
So 50-50, 1 and 2,
50,
1 or
50,
2.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, 1.
Fuck. It was a fucking coin toss.
I know.
Hey, I saved myself money. That's fine.
That's true.
I just want to make it interesting for whatever's going to happen next week. That's all.
What are the odds that you do next week's episode with your hair purposely fucked up as much as possible?
What do you mean?
Just like wild, crazy hair, just uncombed, unkempt on purpose, just
That
like
was today.
fucked up. Your hair looks fine.
That was earlier today. I didn't comb it at all today. Brush it. I don't
guess
use
you're
a
right.
comb.
Well, like spike it up or something, like really goofy hair. What are the odds you goofify your hair for the next episode, or I guess the episode after, because you're gonna be busy Friday night?
I don't know. Let's go 30.
Okay. 3, 2, 1,
11.
17.
You're getting like real
shit.
you're getting real fucking close. You have to sing a song on next week's podcast. Any song will do. I don't care, but you have to sing.
Hmm.
Here, I have a suggestion. Can you pull up something on like Google or whatever to get some white on your screen? Is that a possibility? That might
Hold
give
on.
you some artificial light, because if I do this, or like I pull up something dark, this is white. That's better right there if you just leave it like that. Oh, what'd you do?
Hold on. I'm working on stuff. I'm trying to make it good.
You'll have a ring light by Monday. You'll be fine.
That's true. Give me a second. I've got an idea.
You want me to pause?
No. It's literally a second. How's that?
Better.
Okay. Now I can't see you. I just see a blank white screen, but at least I look better.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, you have to sing a song on next week's podcast.
I'll say 30 for that.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, 24.
25.
So what are the odds that you sing a song next episode?
I'll do 30 again.
All right. 3, 2, 1, 19.
25.
Shit.
All right, let's pause the podcast for a minute while I figure a couple things out, and we'll be right back. All right.
All right.
There we go. I got it working. We're fine. We're good.
Oh, you got it working, Alex?
I got it working all the time. Hi. Welcome to the show. What do you want to go by? What do you want to be called?
Well, my username is V. My stage name is Pyra, so probably Pyra.
Pyra. Okay.
Uh-huh. Like
Uh,
Xenoblade.
Like what?
Xenoblade, like Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah.
Pyra. Yeah.
All right. What did you want to talk about today?
Yeah, so I heard you guys were doing a podcast and I wanted to like kind of, contribute in any way I could. And I told you that I used to be a stripper, pole dancer,
Okay.
and you seem really excited about that. So here I am talking about that.
You see, I was under the impression that me and Alex had a conversation prior to the show. I was put under the impression because Alex mentioned pole dancing, and I immediately jumped to stripper. And Alex shot me down and said that like people are learning pole dancing for like exercise now, bro.
That's very valid. That's valid. No. I worked the pole for money, definitely. It was in Portland, Oregon, USA.
How
It's
was
for
the
Stag PDX.
how was the clientele around those parts?
It was wonderful, very open, very inclusive. Um, there were a couple weirdos, but like you get some in every few batches. So
Yeah, in that line of work, I'm sure plenty of weirdos come and go.
yeah, but then you also have to remember that everyone's human.
That's
They're
true.
all there they're all there to experience something. And even if like I don't see eye to eye, that doesn't make them like a bad person inherently. It
No,
just means they're not my clientele.
yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite
But
part
yeah,
about it? Like, what you most enjoyed most?
my favorite part about working at SAG was definitely the pole dancing, uh, the stage sets. I, I invested so much time and money, effort into my costume, into learning my choreography, into working with my instructors to really, seal the deal and like put on a performance. That's what I set out to do. And I feel in that regard, that was my favorite part about working at SAG was the performance art.
That sounds like so much. Like, I don't think really a lot of people realize how much work goes into something like that, though. Because I definitely didn't realize that it was a lot. Like, there's a lot of choreography, and I guess you could call it training and stuff like that, and practice that goes behind all of
Yeah,
that.
it is rigorous training, I will tell you. Um, the professional dancers, they make it look so fucking easy. Um, that's because like their body is like calloused and ripped apart, and like they built up like extra tissue on that. Um, that pole will just burn your skin like nobody's business, and I did not know that going into there.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that, but it seems like that would happen. How do you avoid that happening?
um, you don't. You
Okay.
you tough it out. You tough it
Got
out.
it. Got it.
For your hands, you use pole grip. So
Mm,
some people use chalk, some people use lotion. Me, I use kind of like a wax paste. It's
okay.
tack two. It's like $10 on Amazon. Very good deal. Um, but that really helped with like holding holding myself up. Uh, Especially when like after other dancers will like wipe down the pole and it's very slick. You don't want the pole to be slick at all.
I'd imagine not.
It's very dangerous if the pole is
Yeah,
slick.
this does not sound like a good thing. Sounds like a quick road to a broken neck is what that sounds like.
God. Um, at Stag PX, there were bar poles. So there were poles on the bar, two of them actually. And one of my stripper mommies was telling me a story about like how her friend next to her flew off the bar pole because someone had it too slick.
Oh
It was terrible. It's awful,
no. That does sound terrible.
but it's funny.
I'm sorry,
Like,
just real quick, did you just refer to this person as a mommy or did I hear that wrong?
oh yeah, stripper mommy.
Stripper mommy, okay. Just wanted to
Yeah,
make sure I heard that right.
stripper mommy. You got house mommies, you got stripper mommies, you
Yeah,
got
of course.
sugar mommies, got all the mommies.
All sorts of mommies. Now how did you get into this line of work? What was the origin of you pursuing this career?
Honestly, it's so funny you say that. it goes back to 2020. I was with this guy. We were dating online, um,
Hmm.
and a lot of our social interaction was through the game VR chat. And
Sure.
if you know anything about VR chat, it's very horny.
Yeah.
um, and one thing this guy was like big on was polygamy. He is very focused on multiple partners, and um, I
Yo,
thought I was
VR
okay
chat
with that.
sister wives.
This is VR chat sister wives.
Let's
That needs to be a
go.
series. I would watch that series like so much because like that
The
shit is
real sister
insane.
wives of VR chat.
Like honestly, HBO Max series. Let's go. Put some money to it.
Yeah, let's write up our pitch document. Let's get it done.
Uh, First draft. Cuck your boyfriend. Anyway, so uh, he was always hanging out with a lot of different females who had very busty avatars and were very sexually appealing. And it made me feel very subconscious about myself. And after I broke up with him, I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going into that line of business. I'm going to be the best damn stripper I can be. And
Hell yes.
I'm gonna make the most out of it. So I moved out to Vancouver, Washington. Um, I auditioned like with no prior experience to one of the biggest clubs in Portland. It was Club Rouge. Um, and they sat me down afterwards. They're like, "We really love your potential. You just need to work out your moves. Like, I love that you came in here with no experience and tried to do what you could do. You just need more experience." So
Yeah, gotta work on it.
I spent the better half of a year taking like pole dancing classes every week, in and out, just so I could stand a chance. And they still told me no. um, and I get it,
I
like
understand.
it's a very conservative neighborhood, like, and they were looking for the top models in all of Oregon, and I'm just a runner-up at the time. So I did get my big break when I danced at Stag. That really made me happy. Being and the thing was, besides another girl, like I was the only trans dancer there. Like it was mainly like an all male club, which is like freaky to me.
What, like the strippers were men?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh.
So there was a trans man that danced there and he was hot. Like
Hell yeah.
he could work that pole mommy. Like
Do you have any
honestly, like
crazy stories that happen that you would like to tell?
crazy stories. Honestly, there's a couple of them. Oh boy. Let's see. Yeah. I think like the first crazy story that came up was I was just getting started at SAG, it's trying to figure out like how the stripping business works, like the ins and outs of it, and like what to do, what not to do. And so the one night, the other trans girl takes me downstairs to the dressing room, and she just lets me have it. She's like, "Hey, you were talking to this guy, and this guy. They're all my main clients, so I need you to back the fuck off." I'm like, "Oh God." I'm like, "Oh God."
So there's
Like
like a
I
little bit of
can't.
competition with this whole thing too.
Oh yeah. there is so much competition involved. It's especially like when you're a specific niche of dancer. Like my niche was obviously being a trans woman in an all male club. Like like very specific people come for me and this other dancer. So
Yeah, you're really
like
encroaching on the territory at that point. If you go to a club with
yeah,
one trans dancer and you become the second trans dancer, it's like, oh no, now I've got some
yeah.
competition over here.
Well, the nice thing about that is that she always dresses in all black, and I would always dress in very vibrant, colorful colors. Like I'd wear pink, I'd wear white, green, yellow, and like that was my niche. I was the fairy princess.
That's
Um,
awesome.
but it that first encounter really helped me understand like respect for my other dancers, for the other girls. Um, I say girls, I mean other dancers. It's stripper lingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, after that, it was kind of steady going, learning the ropes and kind of learning how the schedule works, what songs work for me, what songs don't work for me. Um, and then this crazy thing happens where like the house mom is like, I'm putting you on for like shoot Penthouse, that's what it's called. Penthouse PDX, which is one of the biggest trans and non-binary events in Portland. And I'm
Holy
like,
shit.
oh my god, I'm so honored. Like I'm freaking out because I don't know like the first thing about Penthouse. But I'm like, hell yeah, I'm all for it. And we had dancers come from like New York, from Florida, California. We had like drag race performers, people from RuPaul Drag Race, the show came
Whoa.
on.
Wow. That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
huge. It's huge. Uh,
Not the Paul himself though, right?
I don't think Paul was there. No,
All right. All right.
I didn't see him at least, and there wasn't a deal made about it. So I imagine he had other things to do. But yeah, like that was such a beautiful experience. It was crazy because like I'd never been to a drag race before that, and there was like a pre-drag race show before the dancers, and just the choreography that those dancers had, the performance had, the drag queens is insane. Like if you've ever been to a drag race, like how much they put into not just their appearance, but their character, their personality, like the songs they choose, like how they present themselves. It's crazy. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I have never had the pleasure of attending a drag race, but it sounds like I might need to do myself a favor.
Honestly, yeah. I don't right now I'm in Cleveland and I don't know like what the scene is, but I imagine there's very like niche drag races where I live.
Well, I'm in Florida, so probably pretty sparse on drag races out here. I would
Oh,
guess.
but I actually heard recently that there was a legislation passed that allows transgender teachers to use their preferred pronouns in class.
Oh shit, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, I heard
I
that
didn't
on
know
the
about that.
radio. Yeah, so maybe Florida's looking up. Maybe not.
Hopefully. I hope so. I
Right?
sure hope so.
Honestly.
Good old
Different-
Ron making all the best decisions.
I do have a question.
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite song to dance to?
Oh my God. There's so many. Um, Shoot. I would definitely say, ooh, um, Dane, I apologize. Uh,
Okay.
my favorite song to dance to, I would probably say would be Heartless by The Weeknd.
Okay, it's a
Weekend.
solid
All
song.
right. All right.
Like, like, it's just a pussy popping song. You shake your pussy to that song. Like,
Hell yeah.
I just gotta be honest. He makes me buckle, and I want to show that through my dancing.
Amazing.
Oh my god. Um, Another artist I like to dance to is Khaled, especially his
Hmm.
oh, what is it called? Free Spirit album. That
I
album just
love his Free Spirit album. I listen to it all the time. I love
yes,
him.
thank you. Oh my god, it's so powerful. Like
It's so good.
especially shoot, what is it? Don't Pretend.
Yep.
Don't Pretend
Yep.
was
You
actually
know.
my auditioning song. Yeah.
Oh, that's
That was
cool.
yeah. Um, so I have a lot of connection to that one. Other than that, like easy picking to be Ariana Grande, obviously.
Yeah.
Britney Spears.
Is Kesha
And
up in that
then
mix?
actually, no, I don't dance to Kesha.
Really?
Well, TikTok didn't age very well. I don't know if you know, Alex, but that first line really had a rough
Well,
rough
yeah.
connotation.
It took me a minute to realize what you were talking about.
Wait, are we talking about wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy?
Yeah. P Diddy's been up to some shenanigans. It's not looking too good for that guy.
Oh no, what did he do?
What didn't he do?
Oh
Wasn't
no.
he's involved? He was accused of human trafficking, right?
I
That's
believe
what it
so.
was.
Uh-oh. Brings a whole new light to catch the sun.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wake up in the morning, commit human trafficking.
That's what.
Oh.
It's just like the Mr. Uncanny pill.
Those who don't
God.
know. Those who know.
Those who don't.
Alex, I want
Oh
to
my
turn a
God.
question on to you. Alex, if a government agent came to your house right now and put a gun in your face and said, Alex, you have to get on stage and do a pole dance right now. You pick the song, though. What song would you pick?
Let me load up Spotify real quick because I don't know right off the top of my head.
Alex
I'm
has to
here
pull
to
up her
judge you.
hypothetical stripper playoffist.
No, I got it.
I-
I don't
I'm
even need to
here to
look.
judge you.
I don't even need to look. I know what I'd do. Cowgirl outfit, not cow, but like cowboy, cowgirl,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and then do Luke Bryan, Country Girl, Shake It For Me. That's what I'd do.
Oh my,
Hell
shut
yeah.
up, shut up.
Hell yeah.
No, because we did duos at one point, like in February 2023, and I was duoed with a cowboy stripper, and one of his songs was "Country Girl, Shake It For Me,"
Let's go.
and we played fuck to that song,
That's amazing.
and there was so much money on the stage. It was so good.
Making it rain for sure. I'm
Literally.
performance.
Oh my God. He was a great guy, honestly. Like his obviously his character is very macho, very appealing for women, um, very uh grassroots oriented. And which is kind of like different because a lot of the other girls they would dance to, like very pop centric, very hedonistic music. And he's more focused on just, just being there for the ladies.
Hell yeah.
So
Okay.
What
I
a
have a lot of
guy.
respect for him. Yeah, he found his niche and he really stuck to it.
Now, obviously, my song would be the Moto Moto song. Obviously, it's
Oh
not.
my God.
From
I like him
Madagascar.
big.
Yeah, I
I
like
like
him.
him chunky. Okay. I like him big. I like him plumpy. Plumpy.
Oh, that's great. That's a great choice.
Literally. And like the other beautiful thing about like pole dancing, especially with stag, is that you see so many different body types. Like you have big people, little people, like white people, thin people, ripped people, slim people, like there's everything to your heart's content. And they all would work that pole like like however you work a pole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they work that pole good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they done did good. They done did. See, you already adopted the cowboy aesthetic, cowgirl
There you
aesthetic.
go. They done did a good stripper on that. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. That there, right there, that's some genuine pole dancing, if I say so myself.
Oh man.
Do you have any more questions?
I'm trying to think. Do you have anything else, Alex?
Not that I can think of, no. Was there anything else that you wanted to. Well, Riley, are you out of questions?
I'm trying to think. So you were a stripper, you were pole dancing on the stage. Did you also have to do
Uh,
like more private stuff? Did you have to do lap dances and stuff?
yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, weren't a big fan of the lap dances.
Well, okay. So it's a love-hate relationship with lap dances because ultimately it does take me away from the pole. Like everyone has set stage shows. Like we all have a schedule that we have to stick to. You can't
Mhm.
really hog the pole, or you'll get beat the fuck up. Um, so a lot of the money would come from private dances, lap dances, um, and it's difficult because you have to be able to sell yourself while like working with this person's personality and like what they're looking for, what they want, what they need, what's okay with them, what's not okay. How much money do they have? How much are they willing to spend on you?
Mhm.
So it's a really delicate balance. Is my
Sure.
least favorite part because I knew how to sell myself and I knew how to make money, but I'm an empath.
Mm.
And being an empath and a stripper is very difficult for me
I'd
because
imagine.
like they're probably going through some financial hardships, and they just want to have a good time. Um, they probably don't have that much money and they're just here for the show. But you gotta make money somehow, you really depend on it. Um, so you really have to be careful because you want to keep clients and you want them to come back.
For sure.
Like yeah. So But the part I love most about private dances was I got to set my boundaries. Um, and one thing that like that really made it good for me
Mhm.
is like like after I set my boundaries, I let them know like where it's okay to like touch me and where it's not okay. And so there were a lot of times where like I just got to be held and paid for it, and it felt so good. Like
That's
just
pretty great.
that raw physical like emotional connection to someone. Like just hugs. They're paying for hugs. And
Oh,
it's so sweet.
just needed a
Like
hug.
yeah, and that's one thing I look forward to when I get back into pole dancing and stripping is that emotional connection.
Yeah, that's fair for sure. They're just paying to be held. That's great, but I've never heard that before. That's
Well, like it's a real thing. Like it's one of the reasons that like a lot of strip clubs could stay open during the pandemic
Mhm.
was that a lot of people, like men especially, needed that emotional connection, and they felt they could only find that in strip clubs. And so, like, strip clubs are allowed to stay open because of the emotional connection that men were making with a lot of these strippers. And I think that's amazing. I
That is
think that's
amazing.
incredible.
I think so too.
It really speaks volumes about like the amount of connection you can make at a strip club, like with your clients. Like they're people, they have feelings and emotions. And yeah, they want to be there for a show. They want to see you like put on a show for them. But also like they're there to be with someone. And it's so powerful. It's incredible. And I will always advocate for stripping and pole dancing because of that.
Hell yeah. I had never really heard. I guess I've never really heard a stripper talk about her experience, so it's really interesting to hear that the emotional aspects that people probably wouldn't think of from the outside looking in. That is awesome. Yeah.
See, a lot of the time looking
Yeah,
outside, you hear about all of the negative stories of how people got into pole dancing and stuff like that. You never really hear any of the positives behind it.
yeah. And that's what I want to do here is like you guys have heard the negatives. I want to talk about the positives because there are a lot of good things that have come out of my life from pole dancing.
That's
And
awesome.
a lot of it has, yeah, it's like it's taught me self-respect and like taught me like boundaries for myself and like taught me how to love myself.
Wow.
And yeah,
It's really deep.
there, there's a podcast I recommend you guys listen to at some point
Hmm.
on Spotify called Strippers in the Attic. These two women in their 40s talking about the stripper experiences, like the craziness and like the parties that would in that would go on, but also like the raw emotional aspects. It's such a funny podcast,
I
but
have it written down. I'm checking this out.
it, it's very raunchy and be more.
Now, I have a little bit of a of a raunchy question. You know, this is a comedy
Yes.
show, and there's something I would like to
Yeah.
know. I've been hearing this rumor recently about
Okay.
a certain technique that men will employ when they attend the strip club, and I would like to know if you've ever experienced it directly or heard anybody
Uh-huh.
who had this experience. Have you ever experienced a man coming into the strip club wearing sweatpants and no underwear in an attempt to get off during a lap dance?
Um,
Because this is apparently something some people are doing. I keep hearing about this. I don't know. It's a little
yeah,
wacky.
it's definitely something that does happen. Um, I was never exposed to it personally. My clients were always clothed. They always had the clothes on. Thank God. Um, except there was one guy that tried to take off his shirt. I'm like, no, 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 you can't do that. Um,
I'm the stripper. You're the strippee. You're not supposed to be doing the
right,
stripping.
right. I'm like, hold on. This show is for you, not for me. Um, but yeah, uh, I've never had that kind of experience before. Um, and it is it's a real thing. You know, because yeah, yeah,
Some
it's
people
icky.
are some people be getting down that way, and it's a little weird.
Like if it was discussed beforehand and like if I was okay with it, I'm like, okay, right. But like you're clearly doing this without the consent of the dancer, and that's just not okay.
No.
That's not cool.
Yeah, consent is definitely an important thing, and yeah, that definitely seems like a violation of that. A very strange roundabout violation of that, but still a violation nonetheless.
Yeah. I mean it's yeah. Yeah. So yes, I know what it is. No, I haven't experienced it.
Good.
Uh yeah. Um there were instances where the house mom had to have several meetings about not giving blowjobs to the patrons. Um because that would put the whole bar in danger. Um
Yeah,
yeah.
that for obviously that's like there's legal implications there. If if you're giving blowjobs to your stripper clients and it's reached the point where the boss knows about it, you fucked up. You've done it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, like, but then it also like it messes with the money of the other girls, and like that's
That's
not
true
cool.
too.
That's not
Yeah.
cool.
You're giving up more of
Like,
the goods than we're giving up, and it's unfair.
well, not just that, it sets a bad precedence for other clients. Is well, I
True.
saw this guy like get down and dirty with this girl. Why can't I get that? And it's just like you have to spend time explaining that's not okay. That shouldn't be happening. That girl needs to be kicked out.
Yeah, for
I only
sure.
do lap dances. Um, but yeah,
Did you think of anything else, Alex? Because I think I'm
Um,
fresh out.
I'm fresh out as well. I think I asked all the questions I would like to ask. So,
awesome, awesome.
Well, thank you
Um,
very much for joining us. It was a very
yeah, of course.
enlightening interview here.
it was great.
Honestly, it's fantastic to speak to you guys. Thank you so much for this show.
Oh,
No
no
problem.
problem. I'm glad you were able to come on. Is there
Yeah.
now you don't have to if you don't want to, but Is there anything you'd like to plug? Like if you have a podcast of your own, a Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anything you'd want to. Again, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Honestly, just my Instagram, Pyra Grey, no space, Pyragrey,
Okay.
and that has a lot of my stories from last year. And I think I follow a lot of like the dancers that I worked with. So shout out to them as well. They taught me everything I knew, and they're really awesome people.
Hell yeah. Everybody go follow Pyra Grey on Instagram.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for calling in. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to close this. Okay. No. I apologize. I'm having technical. Okay, I figured it out. Okay. Bye.
There we go. Bye.
You want to wrap up the show?
Sure thing.
Thank you, everybody, so much for listening to the Detour Ahead podcast. If you haven't already been watching and or listening, you can go find it over on the Kolicha YouTube channel. You can find us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts if you haven't been listening there either. You can also find us on Patreon, patreon.com/Detour Ahead.
Real. Give us money.
You can also find, if you like my content, you can go to my Kolicha YouTube channel if you're not already there. And if you like Riely's content, Riely, where can people find you?
There's all sorts of Riely content out there, but if you want a convenient place to find it all linked conveniently for your clicking convenience, you can go to linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY Cinematic Universe. And you can see all sorts of podcasts and YouTube channels. I have a Let's Play channel with my friend Andrew. We put out 5 videos every single week. I have several weekly podcasts. There's never a shortage of Riely content out there for you to enjoy.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. This has been Detour Ahead.
Bye.